Hi everyone, welcome to Crest. I'm Kaushik and I'm back with my thoughts on group discussions and how to conquer the same. Well, in my previous video, I talked about the myths of uh, group discussion, and now I'm going to focus more on the parameters that the companies and even the B schools have been following to determine someone's competency, capability, and the fitment in terms of job at the same time a candidature. So I'm going to talk basically about four different parameters that are of utmost importance when it comes to group discussion and rating someone's performance. So we start with the first and the foremost, known as your communication skills. Now communication is not only the ability to give your thoughts, ideate your expressions, it is also about the way you comprehend. So the first principle remains your communication skills, and that is to be complemented by your presentability as well. So the first principle and the parameter on the basis of which you will be adjudged is not only the way you speak, it is also about the way you listen and comprehend others. So always remember that communication skills are of utmost importance when it comes to evaluating your performance. So you should not always speak, rather you also should listen and try to comprehend what others have to say. Second, it's all about your leadership capabilities. Now, when 8 people come to a leaderless group discussion, it is always the priority of the moderator to find out who can emerge as the leader in the group. And then everyone is not a born leader. You have to rather make yourself a leader out of the group discussion. So what is to be done? It is all about, because there's a parameter of selection, you need to emerge as a leader every point in time. So the most important part is not only about your communication and presentation that I just shared right now, it's also about how do you show your leadership traits. So the first is the way you respect others' thoughts. Second, it is all about how participative you get at the time of the conversation. How are you trying to give different dimension to the topic, and the way you are articulating the thoughts also by respecting others' opinions. It is very imperative for you to know that if you really want to become a leader, it is not only that you, whatever you believe in, the others also need to believe in the same. Even if you feel that you're right and others are wrong, you should always, in a very requestive manner and in a very polite tone, should ask for facts and figures, logic and justification. That will make a very strong ground for you as a leader. So don't forget, leadership skills are also very important that you need to showcase at the time of group discussion. Third is about your content. We always say knowledge is power. Content has to be the king. But let's not deny the fact that which topic is going to come to your way, you never know. So if you really want to master group discussions, and if you really want to do well, you need to read, read and read. And it's not only about power of reading, it is also power of sharing that will make you educated and knowledgeable. So remember friends, it is not about that you read articles, newspapers, journals or whatever. You also need to share, because reading and sharing would end of the day will give you a repository of thoughts. And when you are up to the most important battle of your life, I'm very sure of that, if you're well read, it will click on your mind when it matters the most. So always remember that reading should not be a kind of overnight job when you're going for a kind of selection process. It's not an interview. So if you really want to do justice to the topic you are speaking on, you should be well read. So read newspapers, editorials, journals, magazines, so on and so forth. Then again, one more parameter that is evaluated at the time of group discussion is people skill. As it is all about understanding not only individual's performance, but how do you mingle in the group, how do you manage the group, how do you take the group along with you in the due course of action. So the fourth parameter would be typically be called people skill. So it tests typically your ability to connect well with people. We call it interpersonal skills, the way you talk to people, the way you gel with them, the way you understand them, and the way you work and then reach to the conclusion unanimously. So these are the 4 areas that every moderator would focus on, and be it a B school selection process or even when you're going for a company, they would particularly look into these 4 areas. So I just want to tell you in a nutshell, always remember your performance is the key to your interview. So, and to make your performance good, you need to focus primarily in 4 areas: communication skills, leadership skills, content, and most importantly, people skill. To know more about what are the parameters and how to actually master those skills, do visit www.hrquest.com.